What is going on, everybody? I wanted to go live and kind of talk about a deal that we recently did where we just made $20,000 on a land flip out in Jacksonville, Florida. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we did it with free data and how you can do this with literally $0 out of your pocket. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. And right now you're seeing a website called PropWire. If you've been wholesaling and you know exactly what wholesaling is, then you probably know what PropWire is. But this video is really for people that haven't been wholesaling very long. And it's really just a way to help you know how to find data and deals if you have very little money, or if you're unsure if wholesaling is for you and you want to give it a shot without spending a ton of money. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the exact process that I used to make that $20,000 assignment fee that I referred to in the beginning of the video. So what we did was, first we went to the market that we did the deal in. So Jacksonville is in Duval County. And then what we do is we go to property type and we're going to choose land. Then we're going to go to owner filters. You don't want to do with anything with in-state or out-of-state. You don't want to do anything with absentee. The reason why, if you choose absentee, you're going to lose a lot of data. And the thing is vacant land. So it's already going to be absentee. So what we're going to do is refresh this real quick. And we're going to go to Duval County. And then we're going to do years of ownership. I like to do at least a minimum of 5 years. If you want to get very narrowed down, you can do really anywhere you want. 10 years is even better, but I don't really like to narrow it that far down. But if you really want the best chance of success closing your first deal with a truly motivated seller, you definitely are going to want to use as far back as possible. But again, we did it just being transparent with only going back 5 years. So once you do that, you can also do individual, business, or bank trust. I wouldn't do that. Definitely keep it open, because even businesses that own the land, you can figure out how to find the owners. And I can show you that if we come across one here in this video. Other than that, there's no other filters you're going to want to do. But you can kind of play around with this and go into the properties and kind of see what you're dealing with. So an example, if you just kind of search for this, I'm seeing. So sometimes the data is a little off. That's one of the parts about using free data. This property specifically, it's off. It's a 0.90 acre lot. You can see it sold back in 2012 for $205,000. Zillow is saying it's worth $675, but obviously never trust Zillow. You always want to run your own comps. And let's see. So we're going to go ahead and go back to PropWire. And if you go next, we can see it. Now, here's a cool thing about prop wire. If you hit owner here, let's go ahead and log in real quick. So if you hit owner, it shows you who the owner is. Now, something to keep an eye on is sometimes the property and their mailing address will be on the same street, meaning they probably own this property and right next door is this property here. That's okay. You can still contact them. Me personally, if I'm doing this one by one, I don't really care about contacting people like this because most of the time, if they live at this address on 45th Street and the property we're looking at is on the 45th Street, then most likely they're not going to want to have a neighbor next to them. So we can go next. Destiny Graham shows the property address and a P.O. box. Wayne Messam. And here's a good one. This person lives in Miramar, Florida, but their property, the vacant lot, is in Jacksonville. Let's go ahead and see what we're dealing with. You can see it's just a vacant lot. And this would probably, these are being built that's newer. So an example, if you just kind of zoom into the area, Springfield, I haven't lived out there. Yeah. Sometimes what you can do is you can go to houses, look for what has sold, and you can go to year built and do, let's say, 2023 and forward. So there's a lot of properties that have been built in 2023, and this is actually a pretty good way to this is in the lots that you're targeting too. But as a bonus in this video, I'm going to actually show you how to find builders and how to find a ton of them actually on deal you find in builders that are actually interested in buying them. So let's see. So we're going to go ahead and go to prop wire. Now, what I would recommend doing is instead of going through this one by one so you don't lose your spot, go ahead and download all of these records. Again, guys, this is free. It's a extremely awesome website. They do have a paid version, and you can pay for skip tracing. But we're going to go ahead and download. And we're going to do download only. And yes, download only. Download 2,000 properties. Now it says your list is being created. So once that list is done, it'll tell you it's ready. So this is the list here. And guys, this is the exact method, the exact thing that we did to pull a $20,000 deal this month. So whenever you pull a list, you're going to want to clean the list up. I'll show you exactly how to do that too. So let's do this. Give me a second. I'm going to get all of this data and I'm going to put it in a Google Sheets so everybody can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and paste all of those records into a Google Sheet. And the reason I'm doing this, you can see exactly what I'm. So this is all of the data. So the first thing you're going to want to do is clean up this list. So we're going to delete everything that's not very relevant to what we're doing. I like to leave how big the lot is though. And we're just going to delete all these. You can leave the subdivision if you like. I don't really leave it. I can look that stuff up later. I would leave the legal description just in case. I personally don't, but if it doesn't have an address, it's well, actually, most of all of these already have an address. So you can go ahead and delete the legal description if there's already an address. And then you're going to leave the owner's first name, last name. and their mailing address. We're going to delete this. All right, we're going to delete this. All right, guys, this is, I'm going to go ahead and just delete this just for the video. Always leave the lot size, though. All right. And all I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get all of the data into one spot where I can see it all. There we go. So now you have all of the information you need to go ahead and start contacting these people. Now you can actually send this list into a skip tracing company, but again, this video is all about how to do this with very little money. So I'm going to show you how to do this with no money at all. The next thing we're going to do is go to True People Search. Green. There we go. And what we're going to do is the information here. So here's a cool thing, guys. Whenever you search for somebody, here is the lead here, and here's the important part to remember. Whenever you're looking at the phone numbers, usually if there's a wireless number as the first number on the top left, 9 times out of 10, that's the correct phone number. So what I have to do is paste that into my sheet just so I know that this is a correct number. So if she doesn't pick up, I can follow up later. And the moment that I call, regardless on if they pick up or not, I color code it. So if I leave a message, if they don't pick up, if it's a correct number, but they just don't pick up, and I can verify in the voicemail that it was them, or it wasn't like a what is that called, a fax machine, I mark it yellow, and that just to remind me that, hey, this is a correct phone number. Go ahead and follow up with them. Now, if I actually talk to somebody, or I hear not talk to somebody, but if I call a phone number and I hear the person on the phone on the voicemail say, hey, this is, so and so, that's a good sign. I also mark it yellow if it's a true number. And the last thing I want to do is show you how to find people who own LLCs. And this is important because these are buyers, and also they're really good deals. So MH&R Holding Group LLC. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Duval, or we're going to go to Florida Business Entity Search. Search records. And we're going to search for by name. We're just going to put the name. Here it is right here. And now you can see exactly who the owner of the property is and who owns that property. So a manager is Marvina Jones, but the registered agent, this is usually the owner. Now you have their address. Now you can call them right up and pitch on either selling them more deals or buying the current property they have. I'm sorry, I didn't share that, but this is what it looks like here. So I wasn't sharing that, so I want to go back and kind of show you that one more time. So you're going to go to Business Florida, Business Entity Search. And we're just going to search by name. We're going to put the address or the person's LLC. Give me 1 second. I got to grab that. What we're going to do is go back. We're going to paste the LLC. It's the very one on the top. And now you can see that the registered agent, which is usually the owner, is this person here. And that's how you start wholesaling with very little money. Actually, no money at all, guys. This is a really awesome way to do this. And as I said, I'm going to show you how to find buyers. So I go over this in my one-on-one coaching program. And, this is a really awesome method. But in my program, there are some very great methods that are even better than this. But just as a thing, I just want to show you how we do this. So we're going to go to affordablehousing.com. And we're going to just go to search. We're going to go to Duval County. And what we're going to do is literally just go through this and look at all of these rentals. And if you look here, JWB Rental Homes. Like I said, they are a buyer. Here's their phone number. Call them up. Ask them if they are interested in being one of your buyers. And you can find a ton of buyers with this method. So again, I have some really awesome methods that I have not gone over in here that are much better than this even. And if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate, I keep forgetting to share the tab, but here, this is it here. So on the top right, you can see the buyer's phone number. And all I did was I went here, Duval County, Florida, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the actual owner of the property listing these, JWB. They're a big buyer in Florida. And just go through all of these listings and call everybody up and ask them if they're interested in being on your buyer's list. Explain to them you find discounted properties and you sell them off to investors. And a lot of the people in here are going to be interested in buying more properties. So again, guys, if you need help wholesaling and you want to start your own wholesaling business, shoot me a DM. And that's kind of a great way. Looks like everything by John said, my only thing is finding good active builders. That is a really common thing that I hear, man. A lot of people that go through my coaching program, that's a big selling point on going through the program, is because finding builders and finding buyers is the hard part. But if you do that method I just showed you, that's an easy way to find buyers. And a lot of the people in there are builders as well. And a lot of your investors that buy houses know what a good land deal can do for them. So use that method to try to build your buyers list. And there's a lot of other ways to find builders that are active. But that's the method that I use a lot. But again, there are other really good ways to find builders. You said you're in Cape Coral and you need about, you have 5 lots. Cape Coral is a good market, man. Use that method I just mentioned on affordablehousing.com. You're going to have to do some legwork. You're going to have to call people on there and ask if they're interested in buying some off-market land. But I've sold a lot of property in Florida. I actually started wholesaling back in 2013 in Florida. And I find a lot of builders that are interested in buying land by doing that method. Another method you can use, man, to find some buyers is putting some ads on Facebook and just putting it's called a ghost ad. Just put an ad that, hey, you come across properties all the time. You come across vacant land and you're looking for buyers to connect with. I have a really good title company out there too. If you need one, just shoot me a DM. I'm going to put my phone number in the description on this video here later. And you can message me that way. And yeah, on Facebook Marketplace, what I like to do is I'll find like a past property we've wholesaled. I'll just get a generic photo and I'll throw it on Marketplace. And then I'll just put some details on there and just say, hey, we come across a lot of off-market land. And if you're interested in some opportunities, reach out. But yeah, I don't know how long you've been wholesaling, man, but I'm glad to see there's still people out in Florida doing it. Florida's a hot market. It's my old stomping grounds out there in Jacksonville, Florida. That's where I started. But anyways, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my info in the description on this video. If anybody needs something, if anybody wants to join the Land Ninja Academy, shoot me a DM. You can also join the Facebook group on Facebook. It's Land Ninja Academy. All right, guys.